everybody. This is John here. This is Paul, George,
and Ringo.
And we're very happy to be on your program once again.
Hi everyone, and welcome again to Beatles News Briefs. I'm your host, Steve Marinucci, and here's some news. Paul McCartney officially released word April 24th of his latest repackage for Egypt Station. The new Explorers Edition, as it was called, will be available in 2 CDs, 3 LPs, and on digital. It'll have 26 tracks, all the original album tracks, plus 10 tracks that include some live tracks from the live appearances he did around the release of the album. And it's all good news for the Fabs in the latest Billboard 200 dated May 4th. The Beatles One album is up at 136, up from 169 the previous week, and Abbey Road is at 152, up from 155. And on the latest UK official charts top 100 album chart, the Beatles One sits at number 90 this week, down from 71 last week. If you didn't see it, you should check out my interview with Michael Lindsay-Hogg on Billboard.com, where he talks mostly about the Rolling Stones rock and roll circus, which includes John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and the discussion about how they were used in it. But it also had some comments on his feelings on the upcoming Let It Be film coming from Peter Jackson. Here's a clip of what he told us. How do you feel about the new version that Peter Jackson is going to be doing?
Well, I'm very excited by it, really. Peter and I have met, and he quizzed me a lot about the original Let It Be and what decisions were involved in the way that it came out, and what pointers I might have had. First of all, he's a wonderful movie maker, and second of all, he's a real Beatles fan. I mean, he knows all the outtakes, he knows everything. But in another way, I'm more than glad that Peter's doing it. Let It Be was put together from, I think, my Let It Be was put together from, 50 hours of film. And what was released had things cut out of it for various reasons, and things which I'd wanted to keep in, which for various reasons came out. And Peter is going to be able to show stuff that I would have wanted in the original to do with the relationship between the Beatles, the interaction between them, but wasn't able to, either for time reasons or stuff. And Peter's going to be able to include a lot of things which may have been in the original, may not have been in the original, but the audience, the people who've been clamoring for this over the years, with Peter's movie and then the re-release of my movie, will get a much bigger picture of what that time was really like and what was going on between them. So I couldn't have been happier.
And this week we also got news of the passing of Russ Gibson, who was part of the legendary Paul is Dead story, which you could possibly call one of the first modern instances of fake news. Here's part of an interview we did with Russ in 2010, in which he told about how the Paul is Dead legend grew.
Well, that's one of the interesting things about the story. That's the mystery part. I have had 3 people claim they were the ones that called me. However, you have to remember that we took a lot of calls that morning, right when that happened, right after the other. And who am I to say that whoever said they did it, gave me the first call, is wrong? They may have very definitely called, because there were calls coming in. And in fact, we practically shut down the station's phone system. The head engineer came in and newscast. He said, "What's going on here?" Because all our phones were jammed up. The only line that was open was our private line to the station manager, the program director, Mr. Maruca, Frank Maruca. And Frank called me because he was getting calls from our engineers that something was wrong with our phone system. The phone lit up, and somebody on a Sunday, which, I was accustomed to playing Inagata Davida for 8 minutes or 7 minutes, and going to take a look out the window or whatever was going on. All of a sudden, the kid said, and I was bored to tears, "Have you ever played the record backwards?" Now, I'd never even thought of playing a record backwards.
Right.
I was happy to play them forward. So what happened is that he said, try it. Now, in those days, we had turntables that you could turn back. They were huge. Stages.
Right. Oh, yeah.
All the equipment that you have today.
Right.
So I played it backwards. Number 9, number 9, number 9, and I think it was from the White Album, as I recall. And it said very clearly, "Turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man." Well, that freaked me out. So that was interesting. So I put it on the air. Well, hell broke loose.
Yeah.
It was the most incredible thing. Within 7 or 8 minutes, people were at the window at the station, which went into our sitting room, our entrance area. And I could see out there, and they were trying to get in. And then the phone was lighting up, and people like Andrew and the other folks were telling me, "Had you heard that Paul was dead?" and blah blah blah. And I said, "Well, I've heard that every famous person is either a dope dealer, beats his wife, or it has passed away." And I said, "I've heard that." But after I heard that record, I had heard stories when I was in London about some feuds. I had been a good friend of Eric Clapton. Well, I wasn't a good friend. Let's just say I was a friend. And Eric had told me that they were feuding, that they were thinking about breaking up.
Okay.
That went into my idea that maybe they were putting something into their records telling us a story that was going to unfold. That's really, and on the special program we made, we talked about that.
Interesting.
And so here it was. And by the way, about a year later, the Beatles broke up.
Right.
But anyway, they had been feuding, particularly Paul and John, I understood,
right,
from the people I knew in London. Now, you got to know that the music thing in London was very self-contained. The big music magazines, the clubs, everything was located in about an 8-block area of London. So everybody knew everybody else. Everybody was working on everybody else's records, helping out, trying to make it happen. And so I had heard that they were feuding. And then somebody said, "Well, have you ever played Strawberry Fields?" And that one came out, Paul is Dead, or I forget what it said, but there were all kind of clues that kids were calling. They were all playing their records backwards. And, of course, the record company was delighted. After it all calmed down, I think Capitol sent me a full collection of Beatle records as well as the Rolling Stones.
The best source of information about the whole Paul is Dead hoax is Andrew Reeves' Turn Me On Deadman, the complete story of the Paul McCartney death hoax. It's available through a link on our That's What I Want Beatles store page on Facebook and in our Beatles News and Information group, also on Facebook. Albums released this week: Full Moon Fever by Tom Petty, which was released April 29th, 1989, has George Harrison on it, and the video for I Won't Back Down has Ringo on it. Also, on May 4th, 1977, the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl, the first release, was released, and Paul McCartney's Flaming Pie was released on May 5th, 1977. Here's some of what's streaming. Just coming to Netflix is Above Us Only Sky, about John and Yoko. And then already out there is this long list, and I'm going to just give it to you. It's Hard Day's Night is on the Criterion Channel. Beatles 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years and Good Old Frida are on Hulu. Strange Fruit, The Beatles, Apple Records, and Candy with Ringo Starr is on Tubi, Tubi. George Harrison, Living in the Material World, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales with a cameo from Paul McCartney, and Nowhere Boy are also on Netflix. Yellow Submarine and the Beatles One music videos and The Last Waltz with Ringo are on Amazon Prime. Caveman with Ringo is on Vudu, and the U.S. versus John Lennon is also streaming on Vudu. That's VUDU to spell voodoo. That's it for now. You can catch our shows on fab4radio.com. Thanks, Matt. Beatlesorama. Thanks, Pat. and also on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please join our Beatles News and Information group on Facebook for the latest in the Beatles world, and check out our That's What I Want Beatles store page on Facebook for gift ideas for yourself or your favorite people, and it's where you can find links for both contributing editor Candy Leonard's Beatleness book and my Meet a Monkey Davy Jones ebook. That's it. We'll be looking for you. Please subscribe if you don't already. And until next time, this is Steve Marinucci saying,
"Be seeing you."
Keep that one. Mark it fab.